Hey, Todd with you here, Rod Todd's Garage. We're going to show you today how to take a scratch out of this truck. What we have here is we've got a 2017 Dodge Ram, beautiful truck, very low mileage, buddy of mine's truck, but he's run a scratch down the side. Why don't you come in here and take a closer look at this? If you can see over the left box side here, pretty serious scratch, okay? And then if you go back here on the door, you can see where it runs up here, through here, all through here and through there. So basically what we have here, it's kind of superficial. It's kind of superficial. I would call it a clear coat scratch. And because it's not all the way through, I can feel it with my fingernail a little bit, and that's usually a tall tale sign if it's gonna come out or not. If you can get your fingernail caught on it, you might be in bad shape. And here's why. The manufacturers right now, they save a lot of money by not putting a lot of clear coat on your vehicle. You figure how many vehicles they paint a year? Not a lot of clear coat. So we have a very thin layer in mils of clear coat on this truck that we can wet sand into before we would go through it. And that's no bueno. We don't want to do that at all. So how do we do this? Well, we got 3 different grades of sandpaper here. And we've got a bucket of soapy water here. So basically we took a bucket. This is just Dawn dishwashing detergent. And I've got 3 different kinds of sandpaper. We've got 1500, good old 3M wet sand and buff paper. We got 1500, we have 2000, and we've got 2500. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this on a board. And what we wanna do is we wanna start lightly wet sanding this to see what we have here. So we're gonna start obviously with the heaviest grit paper. Sometimes it's good to go in a crosshatch motion also. We also have to be cognizant that we've got a body line there. We don't want to go hog wild on sanding that body line because we could be through that clear coat really quick, and we don't want that. So we take the little scraper, see what we got. You can see it's still in there. We're gonna go a little bit more aggressive on it. Flat board also inside of the sandpaper. See what we got? And kind of blow on it. It's starting to come out. So I'm just going to show you guys what we're going to do on the box side here, because the video would be too long if we try to take it out of the doors and everything else. But kind of a how-to video. Again, if you're not used to working with the wet sandpaper, you're not used to working with the buffer, might be something you want to take to your local body shop to have them do. Detailers, yes and no. Your mobile guy's probably not going to be able to do this unless he's got some years in the body shop or he was a painter at one time. Take it to a bigger detail shop though, at a facility. They probably have guys that know how to do this versus trying to do this yourself. Because like I say, you don't want to go too deep into the clear coat and you can create a situation. So we're using that 1500 grit, and it's starting to come out really nice actually. A lot of guys call this color sanded buff. A lot of guys will call this D-nib. It's got all kinds of different names. So let's see what we got here. Starting to come out real nice. It's got a little bit more. And don't forget, you don't want to go too crazy with your coarsest paper, and in this particular case it's 1500, because you're still going to have to go over with 2000 and 2500. So it would be a real deal killer if you went so heavy on the 1500 you didn't leave any clear coat left for the 2000 or the 1500. So we made some good progress with the 1500. Now we're going to switch over to 2000. And I'm going to just do it by hand here. Tri-fold up the paper so you're using all sides of the paper. So why did we go to 2000? Well, we went to 2000 because now we've got to kind of smooth out those 1500 grit scratches. And then ultimately, we will go to a 2500. You can also go to 3000 on a Trizac pad, or you can go to a 5000 now they even make. By 5000, it's almost shiny on its own without getting out a buffer or anything. Got a little bit of a tail left on it over that body line where we were being careful. Body lines, you don't want to go crazy on a body line because it's a high peak, okay? And the sandpaper, if you go too nuts, that high peak, you will go right through that clear coat, and you will have one unhappy customer. If you have an unhappy customer, you're probably gonna have to send this out and have this whole box side repainted. So you don't want to do that. So 3M 2500 paper, wet dry paper. We're gonna take the 2500, go over it. And again, you say, well, why are we going to 2500? Well, we got to get rid of the 2000 grit scratches. So, you know, I mean, it's just like if you've done furniture in the past, if you've done any staining, stuff like that, pretty simple and common. You start with your coarsest, and then you work to your least coarse paper. All right, so if you want to pop on up here, my favorite producer, you can see that we started with 1500, we went to 2000 and 2500, and that scratch is gone. But we also have a completely dry area here, and you're like, uh-oh, what are we gonna do with that? Well, we grab our handy dandy buffer, make sure that pad is centered on there. A little bit of a wobble, so we want to recenter that pad. Get that wobble out of that. And like I say, I've been doing this for about 30 years. So you got to be careful. Now, if you're talking about show cars and stuff like that, I've done lots of show cars in my life. But show cars, the average painter doing a show car, he's gonna put 5, 6 coats of clear. I've done show cars where we cleared them, we wet sanded them smooth like this, and then we cleared it again. It gives you that I can fall into the finish look, like you can dive right in there. You see those at car shows, black is wonderful. Some of these darker colors look really great. So you said, what did we use, Todd? Well, we use 3M rubbing compound 5973. 3M recommends you use it on a foam pad. I'm old school, I'm still using wool. So first thing you want to do, just kind of work that around. You don't want to go hog wild on RPM. This new compound does not like high RPM. You want to go low RPM. RPM right now is about 3,000 on the buffer. Basically what we're doing with this heavy compound is we're knocking down all the areas that we wet sanded. Remember all those dull areas? Well, that's what we're doing. We're knocking all that down and we're bringing a shine back to it, right? So here's the other thing, when you're using a buffer, okay, don't forget, don't go crazy again on these high points because you can burn the paint job, okay? You have to watch out fuel doors, these kind of openings, okay, this and that. You can burn these edges and you do not want to do that. And you say, well, Todd, what happens if I do that? Well, you better go find that guy. Remember the body shop guy that you love? You're gonna have to go find him and see if he can repaint your box side. All right, so hey, if you want to come in here and get a close-up of that and see what we got. So now, hey, we got a big gloss. The scratch is completely gone, okay? You can see it's a flat finish, okay? Most of your cars, when you get them, you know, out of the body shop or you even buy them brand new, will have what's called an orange peel finish to them. Orange peel is just what it is. It looks like the finish of an orange. Some cars, depending upon the manufacturer of the car, will have a heavy orange peel. Some cars have a less orange peel. It depends on the manufacturer, the tip, the spray, the pressure on your spray gun, all that stuff. That's a whole nother day. But right now, I want to show you what we got going on here. We're going to follow it up by a foam pad, gray foam pad. Okay, 3M again, and the 3M 6068 compound, 6068 light blue. Okay, and the thing with that is you want to go real, smush it around, move it around on that buffer, okay? Because if I just lay this on there at a high RPM, guess what? My cameraman wears it, the side of the truck wears it, everybody gets it on them. But again, the new 3M products They love low RPMs. Back when I used to do this in the 80s, everything was low, high RPM, you know. You could move the paint around, you could get it heated up, and you could move that paint surface around. Well, it doesn't work like that anymore, especially with the new clear coats and that. So basically, this would be considered like a polish coat. Okay. Look at how nice it's coming off. You know, benefit of this is we knocked down that orange peel finish when you wet sanded it. You know, if a guy wanted to go really crazy on a brand new vehicle, we could bring it by. We could knock all the orange peel out of your brand new Mustang or your Corvette. Again, not for the faint at heart, because you really got to be careful, because, like I say, not too many bills of clear coat on these new vehicles. All right. So we're still rocking and rolling. 2,900 RPMs, 3,000 RPMs. Give me 1 second. I'm going to run away real quick. Take a look at that real quick. All right. I'm sold on this. Lucas Slick Mist Speed Wax. Sold on this stuff. Stuff is great. We're gonna spray wax a little bit on there. And you can take a look at that. Voila. Look at that. See my reflection in there. Here's the other thing, you know, we learned back in the 80s. You can hold your fingers up there. You can see the reflection of your fingers in there. Scratch is gone. Customer is going to be really, really happy. A lot of body shops might have told them, hey, we're going to have to repaint that. But you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. Again, take your time. Watch the video over and over again. Look me up. You can catch me on Rod Todd's Garage on Facebook, Rod Todd's Garage on YouTube. If you got some questions of, hey, how do I do this? I don't want to screw up my new truck, my new car. You know, we can help you out. But there it is, 2017 Dodge Ram. That scratch was, what was that, 14 inches long, 16 inches long? I don't know, I'm like a fisherman. It was a big fish, only that big. But here's what we got. It's beautiful again. Customer's gonna be really happy on this low mileage Dodge Ram. Thank you so much for watching. Todd with Rod Todd's Garage. Appreciate it. Make it a great day.